How's it going, guys? It's old guy Jim here. Thought I'd share a few more things with you today. Let me see sure I got this right. Let me see. All right, I do have it right. Just wanted to make sure that I had the button for the stop and start the video, because mine are real raw. I didn't know if I get those buttons mixed up all the time, and I end up really screwing up my video. So today we're going to talk about, real quick, it's a short video, is going to be the they actually call this a windshield wiper transmission. And if I can focus in on this here, you can see it's really kind of nasty. It is 95, 2005, 2015. The thing is 28 years old or more. And these ends, the plastic ends here do get worn out after a while, and you can't buy OEM ones anymore. You can just get like the out of the help section at AutoZone. You can just replace them with those. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make the whole thing better. Let me focus out. There we go. Anyway, okay, I know you can't see the unit because it's underneath the what do you call that in front of the windshield? I don't know, windshield balance, cover, whatever you want to, window vent, don't know. But this piece is, this piece is under there, and it's just old and it's tired. It's actually not worn out. It's still, everything on it's still pretty stiff, but I wanted it pretty. So you can actually order these, the whole things, off of eBay. I didn't know what kind of quality I was going to get when I saw them, but $40 will get you the whole transmission. There was some parts on the one that I got from eBay that I didn't like, which one was these cheesy rubber covers that they have over the, let me focus in on this again. These cheesy rubber covers that came on the one from eBay were shit. This is it right here. They were no good. There was something else that, oh yeah, the pins here weren't really deep enough to go, through the rubber that holds them on. They were really shallow, so I also took those off the OEM. I took these off the OEM, and yeah, that was, let me get this back to 0.5, there we go. So anyways, my motor was fine, actually it was really clean, and I checked the high speed, low speed, and the home on it. There's one wire that's home, I'll explain that to you. And I got to get this set up in my case, in my stand here, so I can actually don't have to stand here and hold my phone. Let me see if I can do this without ruining my video. Is that it? Yeah, that'll work. I think that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, there we go. Now I can kind of show you stuff. All right, let me get to the one that I got off eBay that has my OEM motor in it that I bought. And it's over here. Let me grab it. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot more prettier, isn't it? That's better. Yeah, let's get a close-up look at it so we can see what we're looking at here. Yeah, everything on this thing is very, very beautiful. It's brand new. And the nuts that came with the one from eBay were fine, but there's the covers that I took off my car. See if I can get a good picture of them. Yeah, they're much better. They're kind of like a mid-hard plastics. They actually fit on good. They're also silicone on too, because I didn't want any water getting back up in there. And the motor, the OEM motor was fine. The back cover here was had a little bit of rust on it. So what I did is I sanded it down. I used a wire brush, and then I took my Krylon and I poured it into a. Let me get this focus out. I poured it into a cup. And I took a few brushes that I bought and actually hand painted it all up after I got it all clean, and I cleaned it off with acetone. Then I took a wire brush to the motor itself and kind of cleaned it all up. It really didn't have much on it. It wasn't that bad. Let me flip it over here. There we go. Let me flip it up and take a look at it. I actually need some more light on that. See if I can get some more light on it. Put it in there. Yeah, the motor was actually, pretty clean. wasn't really that wasn't that bad. So, but the whole unit, if I was going to go and restore this one, to look like this, it would have cost me a lot more than $40. I had to buy new hardware, zinc plating. I'd have to get this sandblasted or soda blasted somewhere. It just couldn't have done it for that cheap. So I just went ahead and got one off eBay. This is my rubber off of my car. It's actually still pretty pliable. The way these wires work here, I don't know if any of you know out there. There's 5 wires on your, going to your motor right across here. There's your plug on your motor. Okay, one of these is the ground, and I think the green one, if I remember right, that's your hot. Okay, this is low speed, this is high speed, and that's your home right there. Okay, you need a 5-pin relay to run this. And like I said, I'm not using any factory wire in my car. All the factory wiring in my car, I tore it completely out and it junked it. The tail lights, everything is gone because I'm fairly good at wiring. Chassis harness anyways. When it comes to the engine stuff, you know, I went fuel tech and I absolutely need help with that. I couldn't make an engine harness. I'd probably really just screw that up. But this stuff here is super simple. 5-wire, easy to do. Like I said, you just need a. I bought some heavy-duty relays here that are 5-wire. See, I got the red and the yellow. The yellow will end up being the home wire or the white one, and the blue and the black. Okay, obviously you got power, ground. One will be for high speed, one will be for low speed, and one will be for home, which I do believe is the white. So, and these are actually waterproof fuses, which are really nice. I'll probably mount this somewhere pretty close, you know, underneath where where the transmission goes. I'll probably just, you know, bolt the harness in and, you know, wire it into, you know, what have you. No big deal. Put my switch in. The way I'm going to do the switch deal is like this. You know, I do want the car light, and I did get rid of a lot of weight with, you know, factory wiring is really heavy. Let me show you how these switches work. See if I can get a view on that. Okay, this one says, wait a minute, maybe I can get this to focus better. Yeah, you see where it says on, and then you got neutral, and then you have on. Well, you don't have to wire it up that way if you don't want. Here's all your pins underneath. You can make this, you can make that off. Middle step, you can make, you know, low speed, and the top you can make your high speed. So that's the way I'm going to actually hook up the wiper. Just the switch. Off at the bottom, which the white wire will take it home. Up will be my low speed. That's my high speed. And off. And I got a bunch of these switches off of Amazon for, I don't know, just a few bucks. They weren't bad at all. If it goes bad, I'll just change it out. You know, I'll make little loops on here and screw them all on. Nice and neat. Or you can actually use, you know, you can just push them on with a wire fitting, but super easy to wire up. You need a switch, you need your relay, you need some wiring, just need to know where these 5 wires go, and that's pretty much it. It's that simple. A fuse. Yes, you do need a fuse. Hold on. All right, here we go. Any inline fuse. This is actually pretty heavy gauge. It's probably about, I don't know what that would be. Maybe 14, maybe 12. I don't know. And underneath the cap here is your fuse, which this one right now has a 25 amp in it. That's probably just about right, because these motors actually pull, you know, quite a bit of amperage. And this came off my car when I gutted the electrical. It was a kind of a nice little, you know, fuse. You can see the whole thing right there. I just have this strapped onto it because I didn't want to lose it. You know, that's a pretty nice heavy piece of wiring with a nice you know, nice fitting on the end there. I don't know if I might use that for something, so I pretty much save everything. But I checked the continuity on this, and it's fine. I wiggle the wires around aggressively as I'm doing the continuity. What are you after, Mitzi? What is your problem? Want to show everybody what a jackass you're being? What are you after? Need to quiet down. Ah, she is absolutely just cranky and ornery as all can be. That dog, let me tell you. So anyways, trying to get to it. What are you doing, Mitzi? Is your ball in there? We'll get it in a minute. Alright, so you guys, if you want to do it yourself, you just need to know where the 5 wires go, which is super simple. It's all over the net. Get yourself a fuse, get yourself a relay, get you some wiring, get your switch, and you pretty much can make it yourself. And imagine doing it yourself, okay? And if anything goes wrong, how fast could you fix your windshield wipers if they stop working? I mean, you did it yourself. You know exactly. You got a fuse, you got a relay, you got a switch. So, you know, super quick. The reason why I'm wiring my entire car on my own is because I can't stand OEM wiring. I cannot stand it. Especially in our old cars. Somebody's either raped it and gone through it, you know, and really screwed it up. Which you Honda owners know that a lot of kids get a hold of these cars, 18, 19, and they just have no clue what they're doing. They're cutting wires. They think a problem is this when it's so simple. Like, you know, on our EGs, EJs, and EFs, the main fuel pump relay goes out, you know, quite often. Well, they'll rip everything apart looking for it, when we know all you got to do is just change that main relay and your fuel will come right back on, your main relay. And they end up cutting a bunch of wires and going through stuff that just doesn't need done. But anyways, by the time the cars get to us, you know, 30 years later, they're just mangled. And mine really wasn't. It was in pretty good shape, but I like doing my own wiring, so I'm going to go ahead and just do everything myself, because it's super simple. There's nothing to it. It just takes a little bit of time, you know, a few cheap parts, and like I said, if anything breaks down on the road, I can fix it myself in minutes. What, you know, in minutes. The fuel tech system that I bought is also super simple. You know, you can do your own diagnostics right there on the FT 450, 550, or 600, whatever you have. You can figure out stuff pretty, you know, fairly quick. And I don't know if I showed you the I can't remember if I showed you the fuel pump harness that I bought from Pfi Speed. I can't remember if that's in another video or not. Let's find out. Alright, I actually do think I have this in another video. If I do, I apologize. We'll just review anyhow for those of you that haven't seen it. This is very simple. This thing is a monster. It's 8-gauge wire. It is absolutely about the size of a pencil. My fuel pump is quite large and pulls a lot of liters per hour to you know, to run a 600 horsepower motor. And once again, you go the simple route. This came from Pfi Speed. You got your positive, negative. You got your 70 amp. It's a 70 amp relay. That thing is a monster, and it's got a 60 amp fuse in it, so it's not gonna blow up or burn up or not, you know, not get the power it needs for the big pump that I got. And right here is your trigger wire. You can either hook this manual to a switch inside, which I don't do, but I will have an override switch that's manual inside the car, so in case, you know, this let's say that my something goes wrong with the, you know, let's say that for some reason the FT is not triggering the fuel pump for whatever reason. Maybe it might be something simple. I can go ahead and flick the switch and turn it on myself. I'll just have an override switch. I'm not going to use it. This will absolutely go to my FT 450 to you know, to prime and run the car. This was the harness that I did buy from originally from DW Douche Works, and I just wasn't happy with the size of the wiring to pull the current that I'm going to need to pull in my car. It just it was, to me, it was kind of skimpy, but you can see the difference in the wiring. It's just absolutely incredibly different. This is like, this is 12 gauge, I think, and this is 8, so it's a big difference. And I like to make sure I got lots of voltage going to my pump, because, you know, that's usually the number one reason why we, you know, have to run so much we run out of, let me think of the word, we have to run our injectors real high, like 80-90% duty cycle, and you have to, you know, you got to get power to that pump to do it. And you better have a good harness that can pull that kind of current. So this is pretty much the biggest one that you can buy on the market. And anyways, that's all I'm going to cover today. I was just going to do a real quick, you know, 15-minute video. Now, this harness here does come with all the hardware, and when they say it comes with all the hardware, it does come with absolutely everything to hook it up. It's fantastic. You don't need to run out and buy anything. It's in there. Even the screws to mount these are actually in there. And nut and bolt, by the way, not just, you know, sheet metal screws you're going to put through your metal. And those are the switches I told you that I got from, who did I get these from? I got these from somebody. I think actually it was a local, electrical store that I got my switches from. They weren't that much at all. I got to get some two-way switches. Not, these are 3, you know, 1, 2, and 3. You know, I need some just two-way switches. This is, I guess they call this one 6-pole, 3-way, I guess. I'm not sure. But anyway, super simple to hook up. You just need a voltmeter to make sure that you got everything right. And like I said, these color codes are online to find out where the 5 wires go. And once again, to review real quick, one is your ground, one is going to be your power, one is your high speed, low speed, and the other one is your home. That's really super simple. And I tested this all out when I took it apart, make sure the motor was good before I put any work into it. And it turned out to be a really nice, everything is just, I replaced these screws with new ones that I had in my room, which I have a lot of stuff in my room. When it comes to hardware and everything else that you need for building this car. Let me go up back up to here. Oh, that's too close. There we go. I have every bit of hardware that I need for almost the entire car. I got everything I need. Everything is in this room that I need to do the car. Pretty much bought all new hardware. You know, electrical systems, just everything. The doors are done. That's done. That's done. Everything's done. The car's ready to paint. The traction bar is done. These are all old wiring that I took out of the car. Just nasty. Just nasty. Just awful. Awful. Just, and look at the rat's nest of the crap behind the deck. No. I can't do it. I gotta have simple. I gotta have simple. And there's the there's the old harness that ran my taillights. Goes up there, around here. That's a ground right there. Goes around down to here. All this wiring stuff, and yeah, I'll do it myself. Anyways, okay. Get back in here. All right, that's all I wanted to cover with you today. This is the new stuff. It's the transmission. Got the fuel pump harness reviewed again, and the relays. I did get those off Amazon. The switches I got locally, and that's pretty much all you need to, you know, restore your car. I know this thing doesn't get seen, but even the stuff that you can't see in my car, I want to be new. My foot pedals were all, I bought all new bushings, all new hardware for my foot pedals. I sandblasted everything and painted and clear coated my pedals. Everything that you can't see them, but everything underneath there is brand new. I got a brand new brake switch, and the other switch that I'll be using for, well, I don't know, I guess 2-step, I guess, underneath there on the clutch. And what else did I get? I got new foot pads for the gas pedal, brake, and clutch. I bought everything new. So, and it's a cheap investment. It ain't much at all. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and use this relay for my fan. And I don't know if I've ever pulled out my fan or not. I got a few minutes here. Let's do that real quick. You know, I think I said let me pull out my fan. I meant radiator. So anyways, and here is from Go Auto Works. Bought it from Greg. Greg's his name. He pretty much runs the whole show there, Go Auto Works. And if I can get the box to cooperate, we'll get in here. This is their GT350 radiator. It has nothing to do with the Mustang. And there it is right there. There it is right there. The claim is they're American made. I don't know. If you look down there, right there, let me see if I can get in on it. Let me see if it'll focus. Yeah, right there, that nipple. That is a 6AN return line, and what that will be used for is to, it's my return for the cooling that will be coming out of my turbo. That's where the coolant returns, to the bottom of the tank of the radiator. It's a super beautiful unit. I got cardboard on the front of it so it can't get damaged. It's really nice. And if you look on my IG, you'll see pictures of these red pads down here. Let me see if I can focus in on those. Yeah, there's one right there. Right there at the bottom. That's the pads that sit into the traction bar. There's pictures on my IG about that. My IG is Jim Hiscott, JIMHISCOTT, all one word. And those are actually out of a D-series shift linkage. Where I got those little pads at. Boy, did everything ever turn out nice on that. But anyway, that's the radiator. I got 18 minutes on the clock here, so I'm going to call it quits. And I just wanted to share some quick stuff with you and how things are going. Update on the doctors real quick, because you all know that I got terminal cancer. I may or may not be out of remission. We don't know yet, because they found a mass in my lung, my left lung, which is not a good thing. We're going to rescan it. If it's growing at all over the next 30 days, they're going to go in there and pull a piece of it out, and they're going to biopsy it. Doesn't that sound like fun? So they're just going to go in there and just rip out a piece and look under the scope and see if it's malignant or benign. In my case, it is most likely going to be malignant, which is cancer. From then on, we'll probably, give it radiation. It's called spot radiation, so it won't go through my entire body and make me sick. It'll just be on the tumor itself. And hopefully it goes away. You never know. So that's why I'm going all out with this build, because it's my last one, and I'm a freaking dead man, so it doesn't matter. Might as well just go for it. And I'm taking too much time, though. I ain't got all the time in the world like you guys do. I got my time is limited, so I got to get my move on here. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I appreciate you stopping by like always, and I hope I didn't bore you too badly or run over the same stuff that I always do. So I just wanted to kind of get you caught up on what I'm doing and, you know, how I feel and everything else. Well, I'll let you go. I'll talk to you later, guys. Love you all, and share my video, please. Appreciate it.